I know everyone will tell you, you cannot change him. He's an avoidant and he will always be like this. So you have to endure the situation. I'm sorry to tell you that, but I don't agree. I don't agree because I've seen so many men, even the most avoidant men, they can commit to a relationship, they can build a family, and sometimes they also can really chase you. So what is the real difference? How can you make a man stop being avoidant? Of course, you cannot ask him. You cannot tell him, can you please stop being avoidant? Because you will give him a lot of attention, a lot of control. That's when basically they take you for granted and they won't really be paying attention to you. So what we can do right now is to make him be a little bit more in love, to make him be a little bit more invested in you, investing in you. And also, even if like people will tell you it's not possible, you cannot do this, you have to respect his personality. That's true, we will respect who he is, but you also have to respect your own needs. Because right now in today's world, being with an avoidant is the main excuse. Yeah, he doesn't want to see me for 3 months, but you live in the same city. Yeah, but he's an avoidant. What? No, this is bullshit. If we want to be in a real relationship, we cannot find excuses for this guy. We cannot just put him on a pedestal and expect him to give us what we want. It doesn't work this way. So I have 6 advice for you that will change your love life, that will help you be with an avoidant, but also that will help you take your place, which means be assertive, communicate on your needs, making sure that he fights for you, and making sure that he sees your value. So ladies, it's very important in the meantime, please, to not beg and plead. This will be actually my tip number 1. If you really want to be with an avoidant, if you want to make him change and stop being an avoidant, it is very important for me that you act like a challenge. You should not do the first steps. If we take the habit to do the first step, he will take the same habit of receiving the communication and not acting in any way. So the idea is I should not do the first step. I should let him see what he will lose. I'm not saying that we will never write to him, but it's case by case to see how long we should do the distance. It's not a no contact, because if he writes, if he calls, if he responds to an Instagram story, of course we start communicating with him. But in the idea is that we want to let him do the first step. So in his subconscious mind, he starts to develop a little bit more need of you. He will realize that he starts to miss you a little bit more. This will be tip number 1. Tip number 2, which is very important, ladies, not easy, but very important. Try to not wait for anything. I've coached so many women. You're waiting for him to tell you beautiful words, feelings, to share his feelings. You're waiting for him to come and see you. And when he doesn't do it, it creates a lot of frustration that you're showing. So instead of being positive, instead of taking one day at a time, instead of keeping the positive energy, you will always be mad, sad, angry, and tense. And an avoidant, he can feel the tension. And so if you're tense, you will always push him away. That is the one thing that I want you to know that is not okay. So tip number 2, make sure to not have any expectation, to not be sad. Let's take it easy. We know that he's an avoidant. We know that he won't do much, and that's okay for now, because we will keep the positive energy that will make him see that you're different. That will make him see that as a woman, you're not pushing him away. You're not as well, putting him on a pedestal, or you're not very negative. You're keeping your joy of life. This is very important. Tip number 3, it's actually we have to take him the way he is. If you want an avoidant to change, the best gift ever is to show him that we love him the way he is. Because then we will develop his hero instinct. His hero instinct is like, wow, she loves the way I am, so I should do more. Like I have a real pearl in front of me. She's very special, she's unique. Nobody told me that before. How can I show her that she has a lot of value in my eyes? That is where we will be able to get the results we expect. So we need to take him the way he is, or accept him the way he is, which means accept his independence. Let's accept the fact that he's not texting us, calling us. We should be okay with everything because we love him the way he is. When we love an avoidant, usually we also love the fact that he's a challenge, the fact that he's not acting desperately towards us, he's not needy, he's not too available, which is the reason why we need to be okay with the way he is. And by doing this, let me tell you ladies, I've seen this thousands of times in coaching. The same guy will just respect you so much more. If you tell me, Alex, look, it's tough what you're asking, I feel I can do it, but can you help me? I will always tell you, we need some private coaching. That's when we can chat together and I follow you with emails. If you receive text message, if there is communication, we respond together. The link is in the description box below. You will have a chat with my success manager and he will show you the packages. How can we work together based on your situation? So remember, you can click in the description and apply for the private coaching. But there is other tips that I wanted to share with you. Tip number 4. This is the one that has maybe gave the most results to my coaching. So I want you to pay attention. When you want an avoidant to change his behavior, when you want to make him more in the relationship, more active, more investing, more, if you want to make him part of the dynamic and the communication, try to vary the type of communications. So instead of only using the text message, which is what I see a lot, we want to do a simple video. We want to be able to send a text message, but with a picture. We want to use the visual. If we can try to vary the type of communication, if we can also just send a voice note, those are the things that will require him to use more. Because more of his senses, like text message, it's visual. But if I hear your voice, I can feel some butterflies in my stomach. If I see a picture, I can feel the attraction. If I see a video, same. So it will require a little bit more of my senses, which can make him feel like, I miss you. I want to see you. You're looking good. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're charismatic, etc. That's why remember, the energy that we talk at the beginning is very important. The last 2 advice is for me what makes my coaching very special, because this is coming from real coaching experiences. I've coached so many women being with an avoidant. They are desperate. Let's say it this way, it's very tough. It requires a lot of attention, a lot of energy, a lot of self-control. So what I've seen as well is that you have 2 options with an avoidant. Your tone of voice, okay, needs to always be either a little bit lower than him or a little bit higher than him. And I will explain to you. When you're facing an avoidant, having a tone of voice that is lower will require him to feel that you're not putting pressure. If you talk slowly, your tone of voice is calm, zen, you're grounded and you're strong. If you're facing an avoidant that has the particularity to be a sensational man, which means he loves the challenge, he wants to do new things, he loves his life, he's an avoidant, but he also wants to experience a lot of new things. Your tone of voice needs to be a little bit higher because you need to be charismatic, you need to be leader, and you need to show that you're on the same level of energy. So ask yourself, is it just an avoidant that needs time for himself? And the more grounded you are, the more calmer you are, the more confident he would be with you, and he will trust you as well. On the opposite side, I've seen that a lot of avoidant, they are avoidant because they don't like the routine and they want to put you on a pedestal. So they need someone with a lot of energy, and then your tone of voice needs to be higher. You need to have you need to be talking a little bit faster. You need to show that your tone of voice, you're more present, because that is also a very, very important tool to make him feel like, whoa, this woman is something special, so I want to do more. Remember, the goal of this video is to change him. Not to change him like in a way that is not good. It's to make him be less avoidant and more proactive. This is our goal, ladies. And it's possible just by thinking about that. Last tip that I wanted to share with you. Even if he's an avoidant, right? We need to make sure that we live in a world, like you know that, we live in a world where emotions are the most important things in life. If we feel alive, if we feel connecting, if we feel like we are amazing, then even an avoidant will commit to a relationship. So the question is, do you really enjoy the time together? Do you really create memories? Do you really have an amazing intimacy? Because if you can be this lioness that is in you, this lioness, that is in you, and that can create some amazing moments that will make him feel alive, that is exactly what they want. So at the end of the day, my job as a coach is not to help you change. It's not to tell you what to do to please him. This guy is not God, okay? So what is important for us, it is to make sure that we will express our personality and we will show him that there is not two of you. Even an avoidant will commit to you. Even an avoidant will love those. Even an avoidant will see your value. That's why you need to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and go watch my videos that I've made about avoidant and the technique of a push and pull. If you want a guy to be in love with you, you need to show him what he's losing. And ladies, this is starting where? This starts in the description right below. Okay? So I will see you soon for a new video, but don't let your emotion get the best of you. If you want to be with an avoidant, let's make him be involved. Let's stop trying to be his mother and protect him. That doesn't work. Okay, ladies? I see you soon. Take good care of yourself.